Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a one brand tutorial using only NYX Cosmetics products. So I'm really excited to do this video for you guys. I've gathered up a bunch of NYX products. Some of them I did just purchase and some of them I've had laying around. So I figured let's go ahead and do a one brand tutorial. I've seen a ton out there and I feel like they're pretty popular right now and I was super excited to go ahead and do it for you guys. Kind of a challenge because I'm always using a bunch of different makeup products as well as everybody else, but I feel like I'm never just using one brand. So it was kind of tricky and like challenging to gather up everything and do it just because I have my holy grail favorites that I use every single day that are different brands. So yeah, a little challenging, but we got it through. So if you guys are interested on seeing how I got this makeup look right here, we're gonna go ahead and hop right on in. Alright guys, so to go ahead and get started on this makeup look, we're going to use all NYX products, and the first thing that I went ahead and did is my brows, and I did do them off camera just because I've been doing that a lot lately, and I did use the NYX Micro Brow in the shade Chocolate. Absolutely love this. It reminds me so much of my Anastasia pencil, but like a fraction of the price. So I'm going to go in with this primer first, and then we're going to go in with some like honey type of like oil before we go ahead and do our foundation. So I'm going to use the NYX Soft Focus Primer. It looks like so. It's like a putty primer. It's in this little compact. And I'm going to go ahead and blot this all over my skin. It is super putty. Like the second you put your brush in here, it like bends. Cool. So there's going to be some products in here that I have not used, so it will kind of be like a first impression, I guess, as I go through. But I am a big time fan of NYX. I've been using their products since I was younger. I've been using their butter glosses and everything since I started my YouTube channel. So if you guys remember that, then you guys are the real MVP. So it looks like it mattified, but also gave a little bit of a dew, so I'm a little confused. But we're gonna go ahead and now go in. While that like sinks into the pores, I'm gonna actually go in with this NYX Honeydew Me Up, and it's like more of like a honey oil with like gold flakes in it. I'm not really sure how else to explain it, but it looks really cool. Flakes in there. It's gonna help give some radiance, make it soft, and it will just naturally enhance the texture and dewiness of your skin. So it's actually like honey. Like it's pretty like gooey, so that's interesting. I've been really into like that dewy look for the skin, so I don't want to put too much on, but I don't know. I've never used this before, so. Same brush from Sigma, and just gonna blend that out and like blot it into the skin. And I've been really, really into like the oils before my foundation or mixing it with my foundation just to give more of a dewy, like natural radiance type of look. So I'm really interested to see if this does the same kind of deal. It was more of a pricier item at the drugstore, I will say. It was like 16 bucks, 17 bucks, which is like a lot, but I've heard such good things on it, so I wanted to give it out a shot for myself, and I'm gonna bring it down to my neck as well, just to give some extra glow. Okay, so once that is all blended in, it feels really nice. So moving into some foundation, I'm going in with the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. Now I've heard a ton of things about this foundation and a lot of negative things, but I wanted to try it out for myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up a lot. I believe that's what you're supposed to do. I also got the shade Buff, and I also did get a very, very deep tan shade, but that's when I'm self-tan. Right now, we're not self-tan, so I'm gonna go in with this lighter shade and hope for the best. If it doesn't work, I might mix the two. I would have to go get it, but I might have to mix the two. So we'll see how it works. I heard, as you can hear, if you can hear, it's super watery. So it's definitely not a full coverage foundation, but that's okay because I don't really want to go for a full look today, except my blemishes, we will have to cover them. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on the back of my hand. Hopefully it's not too watery. And I'm gonna go in with this type of brush instead of a beauty blender today, just because it is super watery. I wanna make sure it gets applied evenly and not like soak up any like water or anything in the sponge. So I'm gonna get a little bit on the dropper, and it is super watery, they were right. And I'm just gonna drop it on the back of my hand, which it is falling right now. Looks like a good match, I don't know. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna have to mix the other foundation in with this one because I think it is just way too light and like making me look extra ghostly. So I'm gonna go get the other foundation. I will be right back. This is the other shade in Classic Tan, so it's super dark. Like I said, I got it for when I'm self-tan, but I'm gonna mix a tiny bit in with that one to get my perfect shade. As I told you guys, I do that a lot just because I like to customize and like build my own shade because I never match one actual shade. So hoping this works. You are supposed to use a certain brush with this, but I mean, if I can just mix it on the back of my hand and pop it on, I say it's the same thing. And I'm not even one to use a brush really. I love using my beauty blenders, sponges, things like that. So for me to do this right now is a little different, a little odd, but I probably didn't even need to use those like dewy drops just because this foundation alone is pretty watery, has a nice dew to it. It's not matte, it's not full coverage at all. You can still see your skin through it, which I personally don't mind. So I don't know, I guess you have to like wait and see how it wears throughout the day, but I'm going to also now go in with some concealer. I'm going to be using the NYX Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the pot, the shade Beige. I'm going to go in with a little beauty blender, and I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit of product on there and dab it on. Okay, so as you can see, it definitely brightened a little bit and made it look a little bit uplifted and open up my eye, which is really nice. So we shall see how the rest turns out. So I think it blends pretty well. And I'll just go in with my finger to kind of get the warmth of my finger to kind of melt the concealer just a little bit so it's not so harsh. So to go ahead and set the under eye down, I'm going in with the NYX HD powder, and this is the banana shade. And I'm not one to really use banana shades. I like to use my translucent powders, but we'll see how this works for me because I am pretty picky in that area. Just mainly right there. Beautiful. So moving on to some bronzer, today I'm going in with the Night on the Town palette. This is an eye palette as well as a face and cheek palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the middle. I'm gonna go in with this shade right at the bottom. And I'm gonna go right into the contour cheek area. So this is gonna be more of like my contour blush kind of section because it's not like a contour color I'm used to using. I actually don't own a regular matte bronzer from NYX except from what's in here. So I'm just gonna do like a light sweeping of it. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some more concealer on the eyes, same exact one we used. I'm gonna put a little bit on and blend it out. This will act as our primer. So I'm going back in with this palette right here. So I'm gonna go in with one of these shades down here to go ahead and start just by getting a nice crease color. I'm actually gonna go a little bit above my crease and flick it on out. Just a little bit, kind of change up the technique. Wow, I really love this shade. Again, like a burnt orange. I'm obsessed with those looks. Sorry if it's getting repetitive, but I seriously am obsessed. And I never ever liked that shade, so that's interesting. I'm gonna go in with another brush and blend that out. Kind of looks like a cut crease a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with this NYX Liquid Gold shadow, and it is one of their foiled like metal shadows. It's a single. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this right into the inner corner. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this right with my fingertip right there. And then blend this together. I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown and blend it on the lid. Just like so, keeping those like edges like prominent kind of with that darker orangey shade. And I'm gonna go in with this strobe palettes, and I'm gonna take this first shade, which is more of like a yellowy type of like mustard shade. I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush. I'm gonna pop that right into the inner corner. I'm gonna also drag that down. And flick it in a little bit to like the inner third, just a little bit. And I'm also gonna take this yellow and pack it right into the actual middle section of my lid. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend out right here. Now I'm going to go in with the liquid illuminator, and this is the Born to Glow illuminator. I'm going to sit a little bit with the Wavy Glow, and this is stick highlighter in the shade Crystal. They're just two totally different highlighters. One's really gold, like a roses gold, and that one's completely white champagne. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix those and pop it on my skin. I'm going to also add a little bit of some NYX glitter, and this is going to go right into the inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and apply these lashes. They are not by NYX. I do not own any lashes by NYX. I probably should have picked a pair up, but I did not. So I'm going to go in with these Time Los Angeles lashes, and they're in the style Luna. Next, going in with Mermaid Armor, which is one of their newer highlighters. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more glow and like the tip of my nose. It does have more of like that purpley reflex, so I want to be careful with how much I'm putting, but I thought that that would be like a fun little touch to the look. And then taking the Strobe Genius palette, I'm going to go in with this middle shade and spritz my brush just a little bit. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this mascara. It is in Badunkadunk, and I'm going to go do my lower lashes as well as my top lashes. I'm going to separate the bottom one just a little bit because I don't like how clumpy they look. I'm going to go in with NYX Stacked, and this is more of like a thinner brush, which is better for the lower lashes. I'm going to go ahead and top off the lips. Going in with this liner, and it is in the shade Nude Beige, one of my favorites. I actually just repurchased another one. And then right over top of that, I'm going in with the shade London. It is their soft matte lip cream. I'm going to put that right into the center. I also filled them in a little bit. That pretty much completes this makeup look using all one brand, all NYX Cosmetics. I'm obsessed with NYX products. They just keep getting better and better, and there's a few things out there that I actually do want to purchase right now. They just came out with a few new products that I've had my eye on, that I've seen on Instagram that I need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, maybe found it a little helpful, and if you guys love NYX products, let me know down below what's your favorite, because mine have got to be the lip products and highlighter as of right now. But if you guys posted in the description box below how I wound up liking either the foundation or yada yada yada, all the other products, because I do have to wear it a little bit to know if I like it or not, or how it wears. You guys get the deal. Also, let me know if you guys want to see another brand tutorial, whether it be high-end or another drugstore video. I actually really enjoyed doing this. I thought it was going to be really hard, but we got through. We made it through, and I actually really like the way that it turned out. Although some of my looks kind of come out similar sometimes, those are the looks that I go towards most, so I tried doing a little bit different. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you guys are not already. And I believe that is all for this video. I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.